What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, today's video will not be the longest one. It is directly dedicated to one particular topic. It is the most recent update from NBH Hydrocarbons, because just literally several hours ago they filed their S-1 statement. And I will show you all the details that I found to this moment, and I will show you pros and cons directly related to MMTLP shareholders. So, and before we dive deep into all of these, guys, just hit the like button and let's move straight to the S1 statement. So, Junk Savvy wrote this: NBH Hydrocarbons files amended S1 registration statement for the sale of up to 40 million shares to accredited investors. The original S1 was filed on January 23 of 2023. Roth Capital Partners remains the placement agent. And here is the link to this document. And guys, we have to take a closer look on this statement, and I have to admit that, well, I would like to see more details about the company, but let's start from the very beginning. Very good to see that finally Greg McCabe filed this statement, but we have still very long path to some kind of resolution. And let me show you this. This information, the information in this preliminary prospectus is not complete and may be changed. We may not sell these securities until the registration statement filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission is effective. This means, guys, this statement doesn't have this status yet. So, this preliminary prospectus is not an offer to sell these securities and is not soliciting an offer to buy these securities in any state where the offer or sale is not permitted. And guys, the most important part of this statement is that NBH Hydrocarbons, made an offering. Let me quote to this: 40 million shares of common stock. We are offering on a reasonable best efforts basis directly to selected accredited investors up to 40 million shares of common stock. We have engaged Roth Capital Partners to act as our placement agent in connection with this offering. The placement agent may be deemed to be an underwriter within the meaning of certain sections as amended. And guys, I have to admit that for now we have a lot of blank spaces, which means, they don't have all the details, and it is basically a blueprint of the document that is not filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission yet. Which means, guys, we don't have a lot of information wait a second. We have also agreed to reimburse the placement agent for its reasonable out-of-the-pocket expenses up to $150. These proceeds to us before expenses are expected to be up to, and take a look right here, it is a blank space for this amount. Another blank space for another dollar amount is right here, and we have plenty of these blank spaces. And guys, I have to say that in general, if you try to search 304, you will see that the total number of shares outstanding after this statement is effective will be 304,637,564 shares. Which means, guys, it is almost doubled from the amount of shares that were issued during this spin-off. Which means, guys, without any actions, and this is the bad part of this statement, without any actions from the company, from NBH Hydrocarbons, your stake, your part of the company was diluted pretty much, substantially, I would say. Your stake becomes about 2 times smaller than it was in 2022. And this is the bad part. On top of that, guys, there is a lot of restrictions in this statement. And first restriction is that these shares will not be sold at the open market. And it is quite obvious because the company is not publicly traded. And to be honest, I told to my viewers multiple times that Greg McCabe can make this company public again within a blink of an eye and within just literally couple $1,000. And he doesn't want to do it because he knows that the intrinsic value of the company is literally zero. To be honest, it is below zero, and in a minute I will show you what I'm talking about. If you try to search the statement dilutive, you can see that we have 27 mentions. And let me show you these details. Wait a second, I will show you a little bit further. Here is one of the most important parts. Dilution. If you purchase shares of common stock in the offering, you will experience immediate dilution to the extent of the difference between the public offering price per share and our net tangible book value per share immediately after the offering. Net tangible book value per share is equal to the amount of our total tangible assets less total liabilities divided by the number of outstanding shares of our common stock. As of September 30th of 2025, our net tangible book value was approximately, and again, guys, it is a blank space, and blank space for the value per share. Which means, guys, with their huge liabilities of more than $54 million, the net tangible book value per share is negative. Which means, guys, they cannot provide any data, any numbers in this offering, and that is why this blueprint pretty much useless. But we can see the intention of the company to collect some money for their current operation and to potentially continue the drilling processes on some of their assets. And to be honest, guys, I believe that the main idea of this statement is just to do something from the board of directors, because technically speaking, Greg McCabe has all the rights to just forget about this company, to just bankrupt it and move forward, because he has other assets in his pocket, and it is much easier to let's say use other companies that belongs to his family and to him personally, and to develop these prospects. On top of that, guys, it is much more I would say lucrative for him, because this company already has more than $50 million in debts. It doesn't have pretty much any type of assets that can cover these debts, and this company has about 65,000 angry shareholders who lost their money in this company. On top of that, guys, we know that Greg McCabe himself, received a substantial amount of money for his shares right before the U3 halt, and John Burda did exactly the same back in November of 2022. And they don't want to pay much attention to this fact, but in general, John Burda received about a couple of $1 million, and Greg McCabe received from 40 all the way up to almost $70 million for his shares. We don't know it for sure, but the lower estimation is not less than $40 million, because at that point when he sold his shares, the share price multiplied by the number of shares that he sold should be about 48 to 68 million dollars. And he doesn't want to tell a lot about this fact with his shareholders. And yes, unfortunately, we don't have any substantial purposes for this offering. And guys, let me explain you some positive signs. If this statement is effective, and if these 40 million shares will be sold to potential investors, in this case, guys, Greg McCabe has to explain all the details, all pros and cons related to this company, and you can find it in the risks from the risk statement. We have to make it like this from the very beginning. It is the section risk factors. Here it is on the page 8, and there is a plenty of risk factors from the dilution to all other factors that can impact the performance of the company. And yes, if he will collect some money, in this case these people will be at risk, they will put their capital at risk, but at the same time, guys, I believe that in this case these people will know something that the majority of common shareholders will never know. And if this happens, guys, I believe that the intrinsic value, or at least some kind of chance to receive something from the company itself as a shareholders of MMTLP, I don't want to add to this equation the lawsuits that are active right now, but from the company itself and from its activity. Only in this case, if this S-1 statement is effective and Greg McCabe will collect let's say several $1 million in value, it will be a chance for existing shareholders to at least have something from the company in foreseeable future. But otherwise, guys, it is nothing else but a smoke and mirrors, and we have to see not a blueprint of this statement, but the real S-1 statement that is filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And you have to strictly diversify these two documents because they can be completely different one from another. That is why, guys, on the one hand it is a good step, but it is not step towards the resolution of main MMTLP problem. So it is what it is, and see you in the next video. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.